What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide, and today we're talking about taking on the battle with Kain. And let me tell you, it's a little bit tough, strictly speaking, because his jumps literally do so much damage. It's insane. So I'm gonna get into it right from the beginning, and then we'll get into the fight, and then you guys can get it done with. Sadly, these rewards kind of suck. Besides the Dark Resist plus 20%, so I wouldn't worry too much about the party of 5 or less. I don't think Mental Clarity is that worth it. And then obviously the 10,000 pink tails for the King Mog. You can look over that too if you can't beat him with a limit burst. But this guide here is going to show you guys how to do that. Before we get into showing the team, I do want to talk about what Kain does. Kain has several jump abilities that go into the air and come down, doing massive physical damage in a lot like a chaining motion. So it's like damage. He'll go up in the air, untargetable, come down. It'll be like hit, and it does massive damage. One of the jumps, which we'll see at the very beginning, he does that as an initial attack. At the very first turn, before you get to do anything, he jumps in the air, and he's coming down. That will target your unit with the highest spirit. So what I've done is I've made a tank, the single target tank that I want to be provoking everything, to have the highest spirit on my team, even over maybe someone else like my healer or my magic tank, to make sure they are always getting hit by this move. There are other ones he does, but they come down and they can be provoked, okay? Another thing that Kain does is he does do Lance, which you guys remember, Lance is going to get rid of our MP and HP there. We got to be careful of that. Again, our Provoke tank is going to be taking care of that, but then our Provoke tank is going to be out of mana, so that's going to be a problem. But for the build I have, it's kind of RNG-ish because of how it works. But yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit because we're not going to get an EMP back for any kind of provoking due to the Lance. He also does auto attacks, so he's going to be hitting you guys with auto attacks. He has a way of buffing himself, but the buff doesn't really matter due to the fact that he just does so much damage anyway that we don't care. He's going to be always killing our tank. I took a Wilhelm in that had like 14k HP, like 780 defense. He was guarding. He had the P shield on from the 40% physical mitigation. Still died from the jump attack. Yeah, he provoked it, and he's got Impregnable on, which is like 50% more mitigation or whatever, plus the guard, plus the physical mitigation, still died with all that HP and stuff. So that's why I thought to myself, we're going to have to find a strategy where they still died. Now, if I would cast Re-Raise on him, he probably would live through the Re-Raise. And remember this, guys, it kind of works like Mega Flare from Bahamut, is when you get hit, so it'll tink, 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 all those hits for the jump will hit, you'll die, come back, and then the hits will hit you again. So it's really hard to Re-Raise through it unless you have a really tanky tank that can, like, get hit by the first hit, die, then when he come back, live through the next couple of hits that come through. And that's very difficult. So just be aware of that. The next thing Kain does is he has ability to cast a single turn stop. For 2 turns, I do believe is what it is. But we're going to be having our Provoke tank hopefully take that for us again. If not, the problem is, like, you could say Mystia could put stop defense up or somebody else like that. He casts the Dispel right before he does that. So he dispels everything off of you, and so you are getting stopped no matter what. Somebody's going to get stopped. So you're going to be in trouble with that. At least that's what I've experienced with doing this fight. And finally, Kain is going to be doing, he'll heal himself a little bit with High Potion, but, that's just damage or whatever. Kain is going to be doing AoE Dark and Ice damage. Magic. So what we want to do is we want to have a Mystia that has 100%, or a Bosch, or a Chow, or any of your magic cover tanks, Schilt, any of these magic cover tanks that have 100% Ice resist and 100% Dark resist. Kain does not imperil you, so you'll be good there with that. So without further ado, let's look at the team we're going to get. The friend unit for the team I'm going to choose is Sephiroth. I need to find me a good Sephiroth here. This one looks good as long as he has a light weapon equipped, which he doesn't. He has Uldric's sword. Guys, you got to put an element in your friend's hands. I mean, that's the whole point of this game, is elemental chaining. So I'm going to pretend I'm choosing the Sephiroth, but I'm going to go back and have to find another one. The reason we want Sephiroth is because our chainer is Agrius. Depending on your chainer, you can take whoever you want. But again, in our and Sephiroth is stronger, really strong in the chaining of the Divine Ruination chaining family. And I'm taking Agrius. So essentially, you want him because he can also full life, just in case maybe my Provoke tank that's only doing passive draw attacks, he's not actually casting Provoke and Snow, it doesn't actually work out for us, so we have it to 80%. So when we get into this battle, it won't be Maverick on our team. I'm going to have to keep looking until I find a really good Sephiroth friend that actually light chains, but that's what you guys want to be taking. So Mystia right here has Diablo. I know what you guys are thinking. Kain is man. He's a man, baby. Why don't we have Diablo on our damage dealer? Well, we want that Dark resist. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have on our Mystia. You can see here I've put things to give me Ice and Dark resist. We go to abilities. I have Curaga on her because there's going to be some turns where I want to make sure I'm casting Curaga. She already comes with dual cast in her kit, and you can obtain Curaga through the And you might not need this stuff, because if you have a better team than this, you're not going to need this. I'm just doing the bare minimum. So don't be wasting on Kiraga if you have like an Ayaka or somebody like that, because they're going to be able to do a lot more for you than what the team I have going on. And then, you know, we have Dark and Ice Resist, things like that. We get her up to 110 Ice, 105 Dark. That's what we want. That's why we have that Esper. And we want to make sure that her Spirit isn't higher than Snow's, so Snow is always taking that big hit from the boss. Moving on to the next one, your minds might be blown. We have Chizuru here. The reason we're running Chizuru is because we need somebody to do a Limit Burst finish, and I want somebody that can be casting Raise on our tank that is always on the ground. So for me, I chose Chizuru, as I can use the Phoenix Esper to give her Raise from the Phoenix grid. And then also Chizuru has innate High Tide, and also a physical damage dealing, damage dealing Limit Burst, we could put it that way. Now, we're going to look at her equipment. She will have nothing on but the Great Raven's Cape to stop her from being targeted, possibly, because she's the one that's going to be our raising unit. And she does have Riku's Pouch. And I know that's a TMR, but guys, you don't even need that if you take the time to enhance Chizuru, because she can get up to 300% Limit Burst fill rate. The Limit Burst as fast as possible, so when we have it ready to kill Kain, because Kain's kind of a damage dealing race, we can go ahead and cast that Limit Burst off. A lot of you guys out there won't even have to go through these theatrics. You'll have good enough units to where Kain will die in like 2 or 3 turns. You'll be able to tank it, re-raise it with your healer, give MP back to your provoking tank. You won't have to worry about all this stuff. But for me, we went through the loops here. So that's what Chizuru is there for, essentially for that. Moving on, I mean, we could also even go to abilities, equip the ability to put on fist weapons and throw Aegon arm on her to give her even more Limit Burst fill rate, but this is good enough for the team we have right now. And now we have Snow, and what you want here is a tank, in my opinion, that does have draw attack. So it would be similar to like, you know, I think White Knight Noel has some, Wilhelm, Cognazo. I was using Cognazo before, but I really like Snow here because Snow already can equip shields, right? And with that shield, I could put on the Moogle plushie, which you could get with raid TMRs, or the Pink Floaty if you guys have that, which is a draw attack. The Moogle plushie is actually better. And we're going to have that Moogle plushie there, so he has 50% innate. The Moogle plushie gives him 30%. He has 80% chance to take attacks. So he's going to be drawing attacks 80%, and we're going to hope that 20% doesn't ever trigger. And I know that sounds RNG, guys, but again, I'm doing it bare minimum. If you have a really strong team, a really strong provoked tank that's not going to die from those hits, that can get re-raised, you're going to be fine. And then you can see I just throw a bunch of HP and Spirit. Honestly, you don't even need HP on him because he's not living. You just need enough Spirit to where it's higher than your anybody else on your team so that he always gets targeted by that move. Next up is Agrius. That's going to be our chainer. Whatever chainer you have is going to be good here. Go ahead and put them on the team. They are going to just be doing damage. That's all she's there for. You can see she has Man-Eater Plus. She's going to be doing our damage. And then we have our Sephiroth friend. And that's about it, guys. That's the only thing. So, again, with this team comp, we'll go in here and we'll do it. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we don't. But you could definitely get all achievements doing it this way. And I found it using this party. So I'm going to go back in. We're going to have to take a different Sephiroth friend because this one doesn't have light chaining, and light chaining is really important because we need to be hitting his thresholds. We never want to have him in a mode between thresholds, 80%, 60%, 40%, things like that. Because if he is, he'll start auto-attacking, and that will kill off our Snow. Our Snow won't be strong enough to survive. We want him always to do moves, jump in the air, come down, kill Snow, re-raise, do moves, jump in the air, come down, kill Snow, re-raise for this specific strategy. And you'll see how it works when we get into it. But yeah, I'm going to have to cut the video, find a good friend unit, and then we'll get into the battle. Alright guys, so we're back. Had to go run some other stuff, but then we ended up finding a Sephiroth friend who has high attack stat, which is awesome, and the light for chaining. Let's get in there and fight Kain, show him what we're made of, and end him once and for all for being that traitorous bastard. The enemy strikes first, no need for questions. That's the jump ability where he's going to go in the air and land down on your highest spirit person. Very important that your highest person is your tank. Your highest spirit person is the tank that you're hoping to provoke with, hoping to have the draw attacks on. That's where you want it. So in turn 1, we're going to have Chizuru cast Eccentric. Again, guys, you could be raising up Chizuru's. You could raise up her her own Limit Burst fill rate, I think, up to 300%. I just don't want to waste the crystals on it. Mystia is going to go ahead, and it depends on your team, honestly. You probably have somebody else that could be doing that besides having Riku's Pouch at this point. We're going to go ahead and AoE cover magic with Mystia, and everybody else is going to be able to do anything because Kain's in the air. So he's going to come down, smack on top of him. Look at all that damage. Look how many times it hits. That's what I'm talking about, guys. One of the things you guys can do, which I stay away from, but it seems like the game is pushing me more and more into for these guides, is just a 100% evade build. If you have a 100% evade unit, have them provoke, and it literally does nothing. You just laugh at Kain's attacks. But other than that, it's pretty hard to live through without having a really beefy tank with a bunch of mitigation and a re-raise. So we're going to bring Snow back to life because we need him there to be taking hits for us, like the jump and etc. We're going to Kiraga so that Snow can survive a little bit more. And then we're going to have Agrius and Sephiroth do their best. We need to push past 80%. So that's what we're hoping for here. So hit it up, do as much damage as we can. see where we get to. A solid 66 feels good, and Chizuru has halfway on our limit burst. So we see Lance goes through, and then he jumps in the air. So now we're hoping it comes down on snow, which it will, right? It's 80%. It will, right? We don't want it to be ruined. We'll cast Eccentric. Mystia doesn't have anything else to do, so we'll keep the wall up. That way the cooldown is reset. Everybody else doesn't do anything. He lands on snow. Yay! He lands on snow. That's the one RNG element of this, guys, is that without, because, okay, so you can't use items in this fight. So unless you have somebody that can give MP to your person, even things like Bless doesn't work because they die and lose the buff. Things like Lakshmi's buff doesn't work because they die. They always are dying anyway. So, and their provoke falls off. So it's just a bunch of crap. But essentially, you know, that's why I like this way. I like the draw attack way. You know, that seems the best way that we've had. So we're going to go into the same thing. We're going to raise up Snow. We're going to wait for him to come to life, and then we're going to cast Kiraga. Don't make the mistake. I made that mistake a couple times on stream testing this, where I would cast Kiraga because I'd get too excited before Snow was alive. You know, then you're just wasting it because everybody else is at full health. Then we're going to go ahead and cast Divine Ruination. This actually should do more because the Imperil is already there from Sephiroth. Train it up. On my iPad, bros. What have we gotten down to? 33%, and we have our limit burst. Excellent. So there's the Ice Spear. That's the AoE ice damage. Using High Potion, he jumps in the air. So now he's going to hopefully come down again. We don't really have to do much with anybody, so we're going to go ahead and cast the wall here. And then nobody else really needs to cast anything because we already have our limit burst. Landed on Snow, perfect. Now we're not going to go for the kill here because he's too far away from threshold. So we're going to do the same thing we've been doing this whole time, which is raise double Kiraga. But next turn, this turn after this, Kain is going to do his Holy Torch. So he's going to use Holy Torch AoE. It's an AoE Holy Torch. He's going to Holy Torch your team, which means dispelling them all if you guys have never used the item. Then he's going to cast a stop on someone, which should be Snow because it's single target and he should be drawing it away. And then he's going to jump in the air and we're hoping he lands back down on Snow, and then we'll do the kill. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and use our chaining abilities. Oh my god, did I kill him? Might have killed him by accident. Oh, thank god I didn't kill him. So I perfect chained that really well, and that was scary. There we go. All right. So I got really close to perfect chain killing him there without the limit burst kill. So as long as he comes down on Snow or Mystia, we're good to go here. So Mystia, we did get debuffs, so in a case when you're not this close, you do need to make sure you put back up your wall just in case the AoE dark or magic damage happens to you. And we just do nothing with everyone else. Come down with Snow. Boom, perfect. And now it's time to say bye-bye Kain, baby. We go ahead and just do the Divine Ruination, the Heavens Wept, and get the limit burst kill ready with the Phantom Blade. Hit these two and then put the Phantom Blade in there too. That way it's part of the chain, and that's the limit burst kill. That's the 5-person kill, and that's the new item kill there, guys. You guys got it all, although these rewards kind of suck. Besides the Dark Resist, you guys are going to need that for some 3-star Espers when you're building up the 100%, or even higher than that because of the Imperils. You know, you have to go even higher than that. So overall, I think this fight was, eventually it became fun for me. It was frustrating because, again, like I said, I took my Wilhelm in, and I could put everything on him. All the TMRs, Judge's Helm, the Dark Knight, Knight Delete a TMR, 4 Patriotic Recalls. I had as much HP as I could on him. Using Peace Shield, he still died. I'm just like, is that really where we want the mechanics to be when a highly TMR'd out, out of your mind, welled out, Provoke tank can't live? I guess you guys could use Liquid Metal Slime too. Again, he's a 4-star unit that was on a limited time banner, so I'm not using him. Those are also options for you guys, but that's pretty much the Kain fight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and end up taking him down and getting those okay rewards in the process. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you took down Kain, and then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.